Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and install the Traxxas 9784 Defender light kit. Should be pretty easy, pretty simple. Get a quick idea what this looks like. Traxxas always has really good instructions. So it looks like it comes with all the hardware. Let's pop the body off. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing is that this thing is set up to run just regular like 3mm LEDs, where you can just push them into the holes and they'll click in. That's pretty cool for them to include that. So they're actually giving you an option. The light kit was $24.99. So it looks like we got to remove the retainers, which is this black piece here. They held in with this 1.65mm screw. Teeny tiny. So that's what you're removing, is this little piece here. Gives you the headlight detail. I'm just using the little Allen wrench right out of the kit just to kind of show you. I could use my fancier drivers, probably make my life easier, but not everybody has fancy drivers, so we're just going to use the original. This one and these ones in the rear might be a little bit more difficult to get to. Actually, I need to, oh, that's from the outside. This other one's kind of behind the corner of the jack here. Okay, we got the retainers removed. There was 4 of them, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear. And they're super micro screws. Hang on to those. They also give you 4 extra screws. I'm guessing they're the same length, so that's just if you lose some, they come with extra. You gotta flip this back over and figure out which is front and rear. So left is going to be driver's side if you're in the United States. Little screws are hard to hold on to, so you just hold it in place. Like I said, a different wrench would be a little bit more handy, but we're trying to do it the way the beginner's going to be doing this. The instructions tell you right and left. If you're having a hard time figuring out which side they go on, just make sure you put them on the correct side, the way the wires will route correctly. Now we need to go ahead and install the rear light. Also, we got right, so the right's going to be on this side. So what you got to do on the rear that I didn't realize at first: one, be careful, these little tiny screws strip out pretty easy, which is probably why Traxxas provided extra screws. And you gotta put the wiring up under this way, so it's on the bottom or the top side. So the wiring's on the top side. You also gotta look here, right there. This hole in the middle lines up with this clear peg right here. If you can see this clear peg that sticks out, that's how you line that up, and then you put the screw through this side. So you gotta slide the light up this direction. The peg helps you line it up. You got to make sure you hold it in place, and then at the same time you got to fumble, lose your screws, drop them on the ground. These things are so teeny tiny. You got to like have a couple hands. If you're a young fella, you might pay to have a parent help you, just so you don't lose all the screws. just don't over tighten, just snug. Okay, so we got the lights in. It did come with some zip ties. I'm looking at the routing here, and it kind of shows you. So it comes with a couple zip ties, and it tells you to go ahead and zip tie wires here in the front. There's a little loop here, which you can see right there. It's coming off the windshield. You're going to feed your zip tie through there. Clip that off. And then in the rear, it shows you zip tying the wires over this way. So there's a little hole here. So this is what it looks like to me. A little hole here. Put the zip tie through. Bring it up this direction. Hopefully I'm getting this. That kind of just routes the wires there. There's your wire lead. So let's get this plugged in. Pretty easy. You gotta fumble with a little bit of the smallness. It's a little tight, small area to work with. Make sure your wire, you can see it's keyed. So you have, and right here it says lights. You just plug that directly in there with that slot on the right side. Click your body down and let's see what we got here. Alright, we got full headlights and an indicator light, and then we still have the driving lights that came with factory. We have reverse lights. Which turn off when you hit the gas. That's kind of cool. So you can see we got park lights. Oh, when we go into reverse, we have reverse. And then let's see when we go. So we don't have turn indicators, but one thing the guy told me at the place is if you turn off the remote, we have hazards. And that just kind of reminds you that your car's still on. Also is a little bit of a neat feature. Turn that back on. So the yellow amber lights do not work at any time until you turn it, unless there's something else I'm missing here, but headlights, daytime running lights off, brake lights on when braking. So you have a few options for this. It tells you how to do it here. That's kind of cool if you don't want your lights on all the time. I think the lights that are on all the time, no matter what, is going to be these lights here. That's probably what they're saying is a daytime running light, is my guess. And then the headlight is, of course, the headlight buckets up here. You can turn them on and off. So there's a mode where right now everything's on. You can turn off the headlights, and then these lights will still stay on. There's a part where you can turn on the hazard, so it's flashing all the time. I don't know why you'd want that, but some people would want the ambers to be on. So that's kind of a cool thing that they have that option. You set it up through the ESC module. So that's what we can see there. Yeah, so that's it on the installation of the headlight for the Defender. Yeah. Nice. See the brake lights? Oh, so we got brakes and we got reverse lights. I like that, it's pretty cool. Can't wait to get the Bronco lights in stock. Get those installed. I think that's gonna be freaking awesome. Anyway guys, like, subscribe, and share if you like this video. We got the Traxxas Defender TRX4M